Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2015. I'm here with Baer Nick.
Hi.
Hi, you just did sort of like a Mycroft Sherlock Mycroft thing.
Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're going. Yeah, I see what you're getting at there.
I don't get that.
You should watch Sherlock, man.
It's so good.
It really
Is that the one with Benedictable Cumberbatch?
The
Yeah, that's it.
Benedippin Dots Cumber Snatch.
I like that a lot.
You know what they call his female fan base? What they call
Cumberbatchians?
themselves? No,
The Cumber Patch.
Oh, I thought it was going to be something horrible like Cumber Bitches. That would really...
Oh yeah, that would be
that's-
so good.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, I would totally bang that guy.
Dude, you think
A
when he
little
was
like
a
an
kid,
alien.
like kids on the playground made up horrible names for him, like
Oh,
Benedict
absolutely.
Cumberbush or something like that? I would call him that.
I mean, you could just say his name. That's already joke-worthy enough, honestly.
Hey, Benedict, eat this dirt.
You
At
want
least
some
he's
eggs
not
with
American.
that?
Because if he was American, then they would call him a traitor and a thief.
Oh, it didn't let me not keep this. Oh well, that's fine.
All right, but yeah, no, the man. That's probably why he's funny. Actually, he probably got made fun of a lot when he was a kid.
Yeah, it's a like a defense mechanism that ends up working well in your favor in the future. Like, look how well it worked for all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's only a few directions. You either get really beefy and angry, or you do the whole self-loathing thing, or you get funny to deflect it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't think he's that beefy.
I don't think everyone that's beefy is self-loathing. That
No,
doesn't
it's
seem
they're not
very good.
mutually exclusive. They can be both.
Okay. Not
And he-
every beef is self-loathing, but every self-loathe
Is a beef.
is a beef.
A beef. Yeah, one singular beef.
Or just like some form of red meat.
But I think you can have a little bit of all three of those attributes, unless you can come up with a fourth one. Maybe there
You
is.
could, and I hate those people.
Oh.
Like, I really, really hate a person that's, like, really ridiculously handsome and has a really good body and are really funny. It's
like Channing Tatum.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
or-
looking at these in the negative, though.
like Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah, Justin Timberlake is like, I want to be his best friend, but I also fucking hate him.
Exactly! It's like, why can't I be you, you son of a bitch?
Channing Tatum did a Reddit AMA, and it was like the funniest thing I've ever read. And I was like, God damn it! If my wife ever meets this man, I will lose her.
And you won't even feel bad about it. It's like, yeah, no, that's, I mean, that's
No, you did.
I mean,
you deserve
that's
this. This is
pretty-
the
yeah.
best you
it's
can do.
impressive, actually, yeah.
Way
that's-
better than me.
It's a funny way to go through life, but I know what you mean. It's just like, well, if this particular situation of events all arises, you just have to accept this is my station in life and move on.
Yeah.
And just hope that never happens. That's all you can do.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, fuck it. That's it. That's it for me. Like, Brad Pitt's pretty funny, too. And George Clooney as well. Yeah, actually, fuck all those guys.
Brad Pitt. All right, well, we don't have to talk about that, really. So,
Talk about Brad Pitt.
E3 happened. We could talk about that for a second.
Yeah, that's true, but then
We
that'll
haven't
make me remember Nintendo, and I don't really want
No, Nintendo is fantastic. You loved it.
Was it very good?
No.
Rob specifically, and Austin. Oh my god, Austin had such a fun time watching that with us. I'm trying to think of all the words he said, and they were so positive and so many of those positive words.
It was so bad that the what's his face Iwata, like literally, like minutes
Shit
after
himself
stage- yeah,
on the stage.
Shit himself all over the stage.
Wow, that must have been bad.
that
That's
was
an
real bad.
explosive burst, man.
I've never had anything so negative happen to me. I just had to shit myself.
No, like within minutes of the
To
Nintendo
improve
Direct.
the quality of the situation.
Could really turn my day around. You know what? Let's shit myself now. Okay, sorry.
No,
Go
like-
ahead.
Like within minutes of the Nintendo Direct, apologized publicly on the Nintendo official Twitter.
Wow.
They apologized?
Yeah,
For what?
for the Nintendo Direct being so garbage.
I'm sure they didn't use
No,
those
what did
words.
they
What was
say?
the
What
PR
was
spin that
that?
they put on it?
They said, we're listening to the fans very closely, and we're sorry that this year's Nintendo Direct
Oh.
was disappointing, and we're listening, and we want you to know that we're going to work hard to make it better, or something like that, and
Okay.
in Japanese.
So what
But-
that means is they'll put out 2% more amiibos in the U.S. this year. Sorry.
I knew they were going to talk about amiibos, but I just considering the rest of the shit that happened in it, it made the amiibo section it enraged me more. Like, it's
just
all right.
sad
talk
about Metroid,
amiibos.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least you got StarCraft. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Star Fox.
Well, I
didn't
do
get
have
shit.
StarCraft coming up. I'm pretty excited about
Alright.
that too. But
Yeah, the final
yeah.
expansion pack after like 10 years of game development.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, Star Fox. I mean, it actually, it looked all right when they showed it in the Nintendo Direct. I watched later on the Treehouse, and it definitely looked a lot better than it did on the Direct.
Did you see I tweeted that you can turn off gyroscope controls? I thought that'd make you so happy.
They were talking about that there, and I
Yeah.
was like, fucking yes. Thank you, Nintendo.
It
At
still looks
least
kind of
they're-
like average though.
It does, actually, yeah. It's a little bit.
I'm
If it
kind of
plays
sad
fine,
that I
it's all
ended up missing like the entirety of the Nintendo experience because like I got a Wii U this year, so this is the first time I was ever even really
Yeah.
invested in Nintendo stuff.
Just in time to find out they're probably not making
Yeah.
much of anything else for it.
Right? Yeah.
They might actually come out with a new system next year, so.
Although like Splatoon has actually been doing, people are really enjoying Splatoon. It seems.
That is true. People are really liking it, but then there's also kind of like I said it before. There's sort of like this like Stockholm syndrome kind of thing going on with like Nintendo fans, and it's
Did you guys know you have to buy amiibos to get all the on-disc DLC off of Splatoon?
really.
There's like 3 or 4 different costumes and guns like underneath a paywall of amiibo buying.
Is this new or is this something that's been known for a while?
I hadn't heard about it because I don't have the game and I haven't bought any amiibos, but I just recently read about it on the Nintendo subreddit.
That seems like the most damning thing.
Someone was saying, like, how come Nintendo gets a free pass for on-disc DLC while
Yeah.
every other publisher doesn't?
No
because-
kidding, especially when amiibos are involved. That's like, if EA did that, their building would be
right.
burned down.
Yeah.
Well, the common response has been, it's not that serious what you're unlocking, and also you get a free statue. So it's like, well, DLC, you just pay and you get a thing. This, like, you get another thing, and also you didn't need the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Conversely, though, Nintendo at E3 did like announce 2 new characters for Smash, and then released it that day. So
That's cool if you're playing a lot of
and
Smash, yeah.
3 came out in that day as well. So I mean,
What does this do? You're tapping? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's there's some hope for their DLC strategy, I guess. But yeah, no, that's pretty
I don't know why I feel this, deep. I don't even know what to call it. Like an affiliation with Nintendo that makes me not want to blame them for that. They just seem like an innocent little kid running a lemonade stand for lemonade cups that are priced at like 50 cents each, where every other kid in the neighborhood's pricing them at like 25 cents. But you're like, oh, he's just 5.
Because you grew
Let
up
him do
with
his
them,
thing.
so it's like you're friends with them on a level that maybe you're not with the others.
Yeah, maybe. You learn to forgive your dumb friends for doing dumb
Yeah.
stuff. Nintendo's your dumb friend down the street selling 50-cent lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
There's not even that much to really be said right now, right? I mean, we kind of just were so disappointed during it, but now that it's all past, it's like, well, we all get it. It's kind of over with.
Yeah.
What,
Why-
the Nintendo thing?
Yeah, why really harp on the negative much more at this point? What else is there we're gonna get out of that discussion?
No, I mean, yeah. There's also word of you know what's actually, hold on, before I say this thought, I wanted to mention, because I went on the Nintendo subreddit after the Direct, and it's funny because most people were wholly negative on there, even though there's like a great deal of Nintendo fanboyism there, and one guy was like, yeah, I mean, I think the main problem with the Direct is they spent way too much time on Star Fox and not enough on like that sweet Animal Crossing Wii U game. And it's like, you're a Nintendo sales rep, right? Like that's who you are. You're not a real person. There's no way.
Look, people have different preferences. Maybe he was really into that idea. I don't know.
I guess maybe.
What was your other thought, though?
That people were saying like Nintendo has not cared about E3 for a while,
Right.
which is true. And they might be saving stuff for the Tokyo Game Show,
Yeah, that makes sense.
which could be the case. I'll watch, but I don't have a great
Well,
deal of hope.
The other option that I've heard tossed about a little is that they're basically done with the Wii U now. They're really kind of just moving
Right.
past that, and as of a couple years ago, they've already really pushed all production onto the NX. So right now, we're just seeing their like last-ditch effort to keep anyone even hearing the word Wii U in public, and it's not going to matter soon. So they've just kind of given up.
It seems crazy too, because the Wii U is so. I mean, it's still so new. It's like what, a 2-3-year-old console, and then
3 came out in 2012.
right, and then on top of that, it's like, I mean, you probably didn't recoup the cost on the Wii U of production, and you're already
right.
going to go back into the red to make a new console, if that's what the NX is.
Right, and this is all speculation, of course. Maybe they saw the trend and they looked at the graphs and they were like, hey, it doesn't make any sense for us to continue to dig ourselves deeper into this hole, so let's
Right.
recoup costs right now by basically moving production onto something else. We'll dig ourselves a bit deeper, but it won't be as deep of a hole, and we should be able to recoup it sooner.
And it seems too like that they suck dicks.
Uh-huh. Seemed like what they did is just gathered a whole bunch of men from the audience,
Yeah.
brought them up on stage,
Just
and just
sucked a
started
bunch of
blowing
dicks,
dudes.
yeah.
Vigorously filleted. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. But it seems like they really just abandoned the Wii U at E3 this year. Like almost none of that was Wii U stuff. It was all fucking 3DS.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know, it's kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean it kind of seems like it's headed into that direction where they are going to abandon the Wii U.
And it wasn't even that it was just 3DS stuff, but they're not really focusing on like the community around Nintendo. Like they haven't really announced any new big things that should make people excited at
Right.
all. They weren't announcing like, oh look, on the eShop there's going to be 100 new Nintendo games. They didn't really go in those directions. It was just amiibos.
Yeah, and then fucking 30 minutes of Mario Maker, which
Man.
I will admit I can't be cynical about. I do like Mario Maker. I think it looks really good. It looks really, really good from that Nintendo Championship that they showed. I'm pretty interested in that game. But they spent there were 2 segments. They had so little to show at E3. There were 2 segments of Mario Maker.
And
What
it
I
was
really
a
wish they would have
45-minute
done
thing.
is just like brought out a life-sized Iwata amiibo stomping around the stage and like shooting water guns out into the audience while dubstep played and the word amiibo flashed in bright lights on the screen behind him.
I think
That
what they
would have made
should
for
have
a
done.
great E3.
They should have brought Samus Aran out on stage and held a gun to her head and been like, "Is this what you want? Is this what you want?"
And she could have actually like stopped the whole thing from happening, but she didn't have authorization from Adam, so she just
Yeah.
had to take the bullet to the head.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a really unfortunate situation we've set up here.
It's real sad.
It's really sad.
People were really mad about that fucking Metroid Prime news.
Because it's a fucking dagger in the side, because it's like, not only is it a shit Metroid game, but it's also not anything to do with Metroid, and they put the Metroid Prime name on it.
Yeah.
We
They
could have
put
just
the-
not.
They put the Metroid Prime name on 2 properties, actually. One of them was
Hunters.
Blast Ball. Metroid Prime Blast Ball.
Blast ball.
That's what I'm talking about.
I
Yeah.
really like it when you enunciate it very particularly.
Well, what's the other one you're talking? You
Metroid
mean Hunters?
Prime
Well, it's
Blast Ball.
It's the whatever it is, Federation Soldiers or whatever the fuck.
There's 2 games?
Yeah. There's 2 Metroid Prime games that they announced at Nintendo Direct.
I only thought there was the Blast Ball thing.
No, there was Blast Ball and then Federation,
I thought those were the same.
No, those are 2 different games. I mean, I
So
guess
they're both like
maybe,
chibi Metroid games?
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
All right, well, this is one the commenters can settle in like one word, so...
Yeah, I mean, like they announced it as if it was like 2 games, but I guess Blast Ball could be a part of.
It looked like ass, is what I know.
Yeah, they both looked pretty bad. I don't know, man.
What do you want people to get out of Metroid these days? Why are you even keeping it around? What's the point of using this name at this point? What are you leveraging?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody who has any interest in Metroid, like, they would hate that idea. And what are they trying to invoke by bringing it up to people who don't know what it is? They're not going to get anything out of it. They could have just named it something else and it would have been fine.
They really should have named it something else. Like,
Do you see what I'm saying, though? There's no upside to doing what they did, positioning it that way.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree.
So why do it?
I don't know, to, like, pad the 3DS game library, I guess?
Yeah.
To
Like,
pad it
That's
and say...
that's not a far-fetched proposition, really.
Like, as a
Yeah.
bullet point somewhere that they can go, we have this many big IP properties released.
Yeah.
I just did an ATM machine, sorry.
I don't know how... like, where does Nintendo's funding come from? Because there's a chance that they just have to go to their investors and be like, hey, we're using this IP, look, you know?
Yeah.
And that could be the entirety of it.
Is that their way of bowing out of having to even come close to create anything real in that property?
I would think so. I mean, especially since, like, the other M did so poorly because of the horrible critical reviews because the game was apparently garbage.
I played through the whole thing. It had a few moments of being okay, but I hated the direction that they put the character through, and the story was just laughable most of the way through.
Yeah, I don't know why they went for the heavy cutscene style of Metroid game.
They thought what we really needed was a lot of exposition, when if you look back at Super Metroid, one of its biggest strengths is there's absolutely no exposition except for the beginning.
Yeah. Bounty Hunter tracks a Metroid down to the planet. Go.
It's really not very immersive when you have to keep being told what you're seeing in front of you all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And part of the thing is too with Nintendo is they were awkwardly placed on the schedule because they were last.
Right.
They were last to show up, and they had to try to showstop everyone else who already, like, pretty much everybody except for, maybe Microsoft had a way better show.
I kind of disagree that they were positioned that way just because we already know they're not going to even show up, really. Like, they literally don't show up. It's just they send them a video with puppets in it now. And that's not really, like, you're not in the same league anymore when you're not trying to compete, and everybody knows that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know, but I'm just saying that the show looked... The Direct looked even worse compared to Sony's the night before and Bethesda's the night before that. Because, I mean,
Right.
Who isn't hyped about Battlecry, right? I mean, that game looks fantastic.
Oh my god, Battlecry, though? That's all I wanted to talk about that whole day.
Battlecry is just...
This was kind of the year where I think maybe it's not even that Nintendo did such a poor showing, but the rest of E3's participants were just so mind-blowing all year,
Right.
or not all year, but like the entire show,
Yeah.
that it was kind of impossible to combat.
It
Yes.
caused the
There
dam
was-
of goodwill to break.
Yeah,
Right.
but at the same time, I mean, Nintendo didn't really... It's the argument of Nintendo doesn't care about E3 anymore, alongside the fact that Nintendo would have had to reveal something absolutely ridiculous, being that they're also in the final position of the conference as far as the main presentations are concerned.
Yeah.
I think that the bar was set impossibly high for them from the start.
That is true as well. That said, it was still, like, embarrassingly disappointing, their Direct.
We
Their Direct
talked about
was-
what we would be satisfied with, like, quite a while before they actually did it, and I would have been fine if they just announced a new Metroid and maybe did a couple of other things that were not as shitty as the things they actually did.
They just, they didn't announce, like, anything. There was Mario Tennis, which, that's cool. I mean... And then, what did they show anything else? I mean, they showed a couple other things that were new.
The
but
Animal
I'm really
Crossing
enjoying
Mario
this Goblin
Party
game we're playing,
Yeah.
Rob. It's fun.
I'm not even. My card sucks so much ass, and like that thing just automatically spawns and has to attack every turn. So it's just like,
throw it at me every time.
like whatever.
But the
Get outta
things
here,
they did
garbage
show,
goblin.
the things they did show were mostly things we knew already from prior E3s. I
the
mean,
most
Star
part,
Fox we had already knew was coming.
Yeah.
Right? That was
They
kind
had
of the
to
thing.
show that. Yeah, there was. Yeah.
What other... There was like 2 or 3 other things that we
The
already
Animal
knew.
Crossing Wii U. Oh, and the fucking
we didn't know about that.
laziness. Like the pure laziness.
Using
on-
Mario Maker is the big thing.
Well, no. The laziness I'm talking about is the Fire Emblem X Shin Megami Tensei video that was like the trailer was already in full Japanese with no cutscenes. Or with no subtitles, without being able to like understand at all what's going on, and it just looks like an anime. Like there's no way to tell unless you know that's what it is, like what game that is. And then at the end of the trailer, they have the title of the game in Japanese without a subtitle, so that you don't know what game it is. It's like you couldn't have gotten one guy to just be like, oh, maybe we should just fucking put a couple of words to say what that game is in the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Like,
By the way,
come on.
commenters, I'm aware how we said, like, let's not even go into the negativity, and now we've spent the entire episode in it.
I was just
So,
gonna say,
yeah.
let's play a bit of devil's advocate here and assume that probably the majority of Nintendo's E3 planning was actually involved with the Nintendo World Championship.
I mean,
Which
that was pretty
went
fun.
pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was cool. I like that.
all things
I-
considered, it was quite a good event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you allot the Nintendo World Championship with Nintendo's E3 presentation as a whole, I think it's a net positive.
I wouldn't
You wouldn't go
necessarily
that far?
That far, no. I mean, no. The Nintendo Championship was really cool. I enjoyed watching that. Surprisingly, I didn't think I was going to, but I did, and it was a lot of fun. They put on a good show. It was just that the Nintendo Direct just was. There was nothing. There was just nothing. There were more things in it to be mad about than there were to be positive about. Was like the main problem. So, I don't know.
I would say depending on your perspective, but then again, like, how many people were really that happy about that?
Yeah. But also to put things into perspective, though, like the other shows, except for like Bethesda, most of the stuff they showed, while incredibly hyped, is not anything that's really coming out anytime soon.
Yeah.
Like most of it is stuff that's coming out, a year, 2 years down the line. So.
And as hyped as I am about Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm pretty sure that's got a release date planned of like 2018.
Yeah, I mean they don't have anything yet. It's just
Right.
it's just a trailer. If they did have something, then they would have showed it, but they just straight up don't.
Which means that for the next 2 or 3 E3s, we're going to be seeing footage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
On the
Well, why are
upside,
you
though,
picking on
Horizon looked fucking awesome, and they did show gameplay of that.
Yeah.
And I'd never even heard of that until that day.
That was amazing because it was surprising that not only did they announce the game, but they showed like 15 minutes of gameplay, which looked really good.
quote unquote gameplay, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure it was like all like scripted and
It
stuff.
was in
but-
engine, I think, is what we're getting at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not terribly. I mean, that's still pretty cool to announce a game and be like, hey, look, here's some stuff, not a cutscene trailer or something, stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. I mean, Last Guardian is pretty fucking hyped.
Man,
Yeah, they did the
I
impossible.
thought it was canceled.
Yeah,
I
really
was
did.
sure it was canceled. I didn't think there was any doubt.
yeah.
Jeez.
It's crazy that they
I
actually.
was really just overall so happy with E3 this year. It brought
Yeah,
back
it was
a
a great
spark of that J. Smith style childlike wonder that I thought I'd lost.
It really was, and you know what? we were saying it too, that like this seems like it's it's that time where the E3 is good. It's gonna be good this year, and
Right.
it totally was.
Well, the Sony one was.
Well, I mean, Bethesda was pretty cool too. I mean, and Ubisoft was pretty cool as well with whatchamacallit, the For Honor game. Did you guys see that For Honor game? That game looks
Yeah,
pretty
it looks
fucking sweet.
All right, sure.
I'm into that. That looks cool. I will play that.
Chivalry plus Dark Souls, I guess.
Yeah, which honestly sounds like a really good fucking combination. I mean, that's what I said every time I played Chivalry was like, this is fun, but I wish the combat was more like kind of Dark Soulsy. And it seems like it. Although I saw a stage demo of them actually playing it, and it seemed actually less Dark Soulsy and more like rock paper scissorsy kind of thing,
Right.
which I'm also all right with. But I mean, it looks cool. Battlefront.
Battlefront.
I'm actually pumped for that game. A lot of people were very cynical about the trailer there, but I was super hyped for that. I don't care. I love Battlefront,
Well,
and I will play the shit out of it.
When we were watching it, we were looking at it going, that lighting is impossible. There's no way it looks that good.
Yeah,
So right there, I'm kind of doubtful.
it probably won't look that good. Yeah, that's true. But
It's not the first time I've been burned on E3 footage, Rob.
yeah. I mean, you know.
This ain't my first rodeo,
Yeah.
AlpacaPatrol. Can we speak like this for the rest of the episode?
Well, we
you guys
sure
mind?
can, Bear
I
Taffy.
really
Well,
hope
by
that we
gum, Merle, I sure do like this here magic game. Don't give me petty laughs.
I feel like I'm fucking done anyway. So, oh god, this is gonna take so long. Fuck it, whatever. Let's just do it. All right.
Well, oh, here we go.
Creatures.
Shit, dude, your cards on the field actually make fucking Krenko's Command a really powerful card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when I have another one of these.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
No, not my counter cycle. I need him.
that guy.
You choose someone else.
I mean, you lost one. I lost three.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm surprised you didn't get rid of those flying defenders.
I can't. It's damage, and it's prevent all combat damage.
Yeah.
Also, it's only 2 damage, so they have more health than
I thought it was 4 damage because they come in with 4.
It plays Warstorm Surge before it applies the buff from the ogre guy.
Okay.
So, but I mean, I could have doubled on them, which I probably should have in retrospect.
Every time I think I understand the stack, I come to find I don't understand the stack.
Yeah.
You eat the pancakes on top and eventually
I
get to the ones on the
know, I
bottom.
know the pancake analogy, but I feel like every time we talk
Oh,
about
good.
it,
You killed more of my creatures.
Yeah,
I
you know,
guess
you
the
bite
pancake
the
analogy
fry.
works, but you got to remember that you got to put butter on the pancake beforehand, and then if maple syrup is involved, well, you got a whole different kind of fucking pancake you got to worry about now.
It's a Canadian pancake at that point.
When you
Right.
bite the fry bites back.
My
so,
man.
Yeah.
Damn. Damn.
We should get Dame Drops on here for Magic. Guy
Holy
seems
shit,
so
you
nice.
are, kicking my shit in right now.
Yeah, there's a Patoot that needs to get some stomping.
Get the boot.
Yeah.
Patoot needs the
gets
boot.
the boot.
That'll probably work, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna get hurt a lot, though, I think. I don't actually know how much. Oh, shit. Okay. I couldn't
12?
see very well.
Yeah.
All these diamonds are getting in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll do that.
All right.
I hope there's more diamonds in the next Magic, because that's
I need some
really-
diamonds within the diamonds. There's not enough
Yeah.
diamonds like inside the diamonds that we can see here.
Need more diamond life is what it's about.
I've heard
so.
this is going to become a diamond like.
Yeah, I've heard that too. So, but hey, maybe they'll show Zelda footage at Tokyo Game Show. I'd be pretty excited about that.
Oh, you guys and your removal.
Yeah. Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta
Nobody
do what I
gets
can
creatures.
here.
I just kind of like reset the playing field here on that
A
last
little
turn.
bit, yeah. I kind of like it actually.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there we go.
Do we want to talk about how they announced Dark Souls 3?
Yeah, the Twitch went down when they were supposed to do their fucking
Yeah.
Dark Souls 3 stuff.
Well, we saw a trailer at least.
Yeah.
The thing that I guess I'm the most worried about here is that I thought I had it all figured out when they said this is going to be the last Dark Souls game, and then they go ahead and say it's the last in a direction, and it means there's going to be more Dark Souls games, and now I'm worried that Rob might have been right.
Hmm.
I
Maybe
don't
they're
like
gonna
it
milk
when
it.
Rob's right.
It's a little bit scary. I mean, it could work out, but
First step is I'm gonna see, are they gonna announce a season pass for it?
yeah.
Right? That's
Well,
if they do, I'm already now. I'm 1 foot into the cynicism grave. The second thing will be, does it release on console and PC at the same time? And then the third thing is actually play through the whole thing and see if it feels kind of like Dark Souls 2 or more like Dark Souls 1.
Jesus Christ.
So that's kind of where I land on it, I guess. I'm still cautiously optimistic, but there will be steps that I will be adhering to along the way.
Bye, pack leader.
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
Alpaca
this-
Leader.
He had his time in the sun.
Oh, good. More of my creatures go away.
Yeah.
That thing's pretty sweet, man. I like that. I like that Warstorm surge. I like what it's doing to Nick and not doing to me particularly. It's been my favorite element of it so far.
Hmm. That's fair. Yeah.
So
I
I bought a legit Modern Masters booster box recently.
Oh, really?
Had ourselves an actual IRL draft.
That's pretty cool.
Weird.
How was
And
that?
What's more is I got cards in the pack or in the box that made up for the cost of the box.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Whoa.
like it paid
Whoa.
for itself.
Did you get Black Lotus?
No,
Dude,
well,
Black Lotus would have been so good.
I know.
Yeah.
You guys know about Black Lotus?
Yeah.
It's worth
got, like-
several dollars.
I've got
Yeah.
like 6 of them.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
They're
I'm a-
all tens.
I'm a
On the
cajillionaire.
condition stale. Stale. Condition is stale.
The condition is pretty stale for that.
I mean, I tried to eat every Black Lotus I got, and you know they're not that tasty.
they're pretty gross. Yeah.
Can you imagine if that was like a secondary trait that it had? If you eat this card, you gain 100 mana.
Oh, I love that.
That'd
It's
be
kind of
pretty
like
good.
more in the cracked expansion, I would think.
I don't really have your.
Were you that cat, the Long Johnson cat?
Hold on, Johnson.
Oh, do
Yeah,
I just
he
lose?
Don pianoed a little there.
Oh no. You sent back something of mine.
There you go.
You sent him
I
back.
could have gotten rid of a goblin, but I think I'd rather get rid of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then go boopity doop, doopity
Yeah.
boop. Hooray!
Huzzah! What I'm pretty happy about is Baer didn't kill me on that turn.
Yeah,
'Cause you coulda.
Of course,
it
that is
was
trample.
nice of me to let you play.
That was
there,
very
right?
nice of you. Yes, I appreciated it grandly.
You bet. I like that I get to put my Vengevine back on the field. It's a pretty sweet card.
Mm-hmm. What does he do?
You can read him. I'll read him to you though.
Whenever you cast a spell, if it's a second creature spell you cast, you may return mana from your graveyard. Ah, intriguing.
And it's got
Well.
haste.
Well, let's see here.
What surprised me too is that we didn't see anything about Kingdom Hearts 3 from Sony.
Oh, well, they did at Square Enix. You didn't watch the Square Enix.
Oh, they did? No, I didn't watch the
yeah.
Square Enix one. I thought Sony would at least.
They
do a
probably
little bit
wanted
of
to keep it for
something.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It was a good few minutes of gameplay footage.
I saw the gameplay trailer, and that looks pretty good. I am unabashedly a fan of Kingdom Hearts.
Do you understand the story of it? Because it
No.
makes no goddamn sense.
No, nobody does.
Okay, good.
You turn off your brain and you have happy fun time.
Like, it
with
made
Kingdom
sense for the first one, and then the second one was like, what are you doing?
Hearts. everyone's name involves an X. That's bad. So if you see like what they can't ever do is have some kind of secret reveal of this enemy or like friend turned enemy, but his name was like exosexual the entire time.
Oh, exosexual, right?
Yeah, exosexual. It's like,
Exosexual.
hey,
He's
you
a
guys
great
remember
dude.
our buddy Exosexual? Oh no, he's really a member of the organization. No, we never saw it coming. That can't happen.
I just think that there's like a limitation. Like you can cross over Disney and Square, but then you start crossing over with like Bleach and Matrix, and it gets real fucking weird.
I hope they
apt
do
comparison. Oh man, Rob, you are making me salty.
that.
Salt
Yeah.
the snail.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta salt the snail, Other times you don't have to do that, but sometimes you do.
It's usually obligatory.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Hey Rob, do you have any instance I could kill his 2-4?
No.
Because if you did, I could make this happen right now, and you could win.
Nah, I don't have any
Okay.
instances
Don't
that do
do
it.
that. What are you gonna do with that?
Nothing. Not gonna do anything.
All right,
My armpits smell like
Oh.
armpits.
man. I had to go shower because I could smell myself. That's when you know it's bad.
Yeah, I've been there, man. I've been there. Actually, I think I will take a shower after this because there is, with the AC off, the glisten occurs.
Yeah.
Nobody
It is
likes the glisten.
several degrees hotter in the city than it is by me today.
Oh,
So,
no.
yay!
Get rid of that.
That was such a good card.
It was. I'll bring this guy out.
Oh, I watched The Cobbler last night.
Yeah, how was that?
Oh, yeah,
Is
tell me
is
about
the
that.
racist one?
No,
or-
well, it had its own issues, but I wouldn't say it was as racist as some,
Okay.
or at least as that one in particular has been mentioned to be.
Mhm.
So the story is Adam Sandler, in his Jewish heritage, has inherited a what do you call it? It's a device that you use to put the soles onto shoes. And it has the magical power of if you put a new sole onto a pair of shoes that someone else owns, you put those shoes on, you become that person. And I don't mean in like a metaphorical way, like you literally turn into that person. You get their facial features and body until you take those shoes off, and then you are no longer that person. You also gain their mannerisms and speech patterns.
Wow.
So at first it seemed benign. He was just like, oh, this is pretty weird. I can like dress up as people and walk around and like have fun observing their lives. And then he starts to use it for nefarious purposes, but he's still an upstanding citizen. So he gets really mired in this very strange way. He ends up involved in a bunch of crime. And then it ends on the weirdest note ever, and it turns out to be some weird Illuminati shit, and it's like click.
Oh, come on.
It's real
Really?
fucking weird.
That is fantastic.
Apparently every tradesman in the city is like an organization that has mythical properties that we don't know about.
That's
And
terrific.
you gotta watch out for the dry cleaners, because those are the assholes.
Yeah.
But the cobblers are okay. They're some are good, some are bad. You don't know.
I feel I made a critical error in not killing Rob.
Yeah, you probably should. That would have been...
I also am pretty sure I could have tapped mana differently in order to allow myself to have cast a nullify again on that dragon.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
nullify
two
that
big
dragon.
mistakes.
Yeah, but tapping mana properly in Magic is like impossible in this game. So
Yeah, it actually popped up with the prompt to allow me to do it, as though it were saying like, "You should probably try this differently."
hey, buddy, maybe
Hey, pal.
maybe you should. That'd be great if they had like a
Shit.
like a voiceover guy for every time there's some sort of a prompt, and he was like from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Hey, this fucking guy's got a fucking mulligan right here. Hey.
Look at this guy over here.
They should have an announcer pack for Magic and make it Rick
Yeah.
and Morty like Dota has.
Oh, that'd be great.
Is that what you want? You want Rick and Morty in every game you play?
I want Rick and Morty announcers in every game.
In
every
Isaac?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of announcing already in Isaac.
jeez, Rick! Isaac and his mother lived in a small house.
That's pretty good.
I don't know, Ricky. Rick. Oh,
He never says Ricky.
Morty.
Rick.
Yeah.
Ricky Raptastic Rickaroo. Fuck it. Here you go.
That was rude. Hmm.
What you gonna do?
With all that junk
All that
up in your
inside
trunk.
I'm gonna get you drunk.
How?
Off my lady hump.
Oh.
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make.
Is that
a lot
like
of
taking
sense.
vodka shots straight from their ass?
Yeah,
I think
probably.
people do that, right? Like you put your mouth up at the bottom of their butt crack and you let it run in.
Yeah. Well, why'd you let yourself die? That seems
Oh, I
silly.
died? How did I die?
You died, man.
Wait,
Oh
what
my
happened?
god, are
It
you
has
kidding me?
trample.
What? Oh, the fucking Palaka worm has trample. Oh my god.
Yeah. I
Oh my
wasn't sure you
God.
were actually going
It would've
through
been-
with that.
It would have been really hard to win anyway, so I'll take it
All right.
like that.
That's fine, I guess.
Hey, we don't play Magic as much anymore, all right? Forget what cards do.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know, I don't like that.
God.
You don't like that, huh?
I don't like that.
Oh.
Oh my god. I died. I'm so bad.
Sorry, man. You absolutely should have won.
Yeah. Well, in fairness, like, I died from where you should have killed me, you know, a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, that's valid. Oh, well, I lost too. Hot soup.
Hot
Oh,
soup was
God.
your undoing!
So, and Hot Soup did it. Oh, man.
I never thought I was gonna win that.
That's
What a-
fantastic.
What a
I was on
game
the
of
precipice
magic.
of
Oh
darkness.
man, every fucking time I jump back into this with you guys, I remember, the brilliant UI decision to bounce people back to the main menu after they've
Yeah.
played a game with their friends.
You would never play 2 games in a row.
No.
Yeah, and it's not like you know, would boot up Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2015 to play with your friends as soon as you buy it. Surely people wouldn't be upset with having to unlock the multiplayer since the single player is so enthralling in this game.
Absolutely not. That seems absolutely perfect to me.
Right,
And thanks for Wizards of the Coast for maybe setting us up with stuff in the new one. Really appreciate your help with all of that.
Here's to hoping they've listened to our feedback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all 200 episodes of us bitching and moaning.
Can you
about-
imagine any of them watched all of them?
Oh, I would feel bad. I'm sorry if you have been.
I apologize to the lone Wizards of the Coast employee who makes it his daily habit
Yeah.
to rummage through your series and, seek feedback.
I apologize to anyone who's watched this series.
I feel like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe the game developers have had to, because, the game developers are their own game dev studio. They might have had to compromise some of their morals or ethics or their theories on game design to,
Yeah.
help out
Conform
Wizards of the
with
Coast
their plan.
investors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if that has happened as well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
really,
don't mean
we're
to
we're
slight.
sorry.
Yeah.
We don't mean to slight any individual person here. Things get out of hand. That's all.
Yeah, and I'm only kind of sorry to Nintendo. Like, just a little bit.
I don't think I'm sorry to
fucking
them.
Zelda better be amazing. That's all I'm gonna tell you. If Iwata, if you're listening to this Magic episode right
Yeah,
now,
he is.
he is. He's a big fan. So if you're listening, please, for the love of God, make Zelda good. I mean, I guess I should be talking to Enuma, but either way,
Yeah, 6 months will pass, and then they announce it's canceled
yeah.
or coming out only on the NX.
They might do, if the NX is a new console, they might do the Twilight Princess thing, where one version is on the Wii U and the other version is on the NX.
Can they also
What-
release it on GameCube?
Um,
Can you imagine they just started releasing games back on GameCube again? It's just like, you know what? We had it right back then. Let's just go back to GameCube. That'd be the funniest shit ever.
if they do make a new console, if the NX is a new console, Nintendo, don't put any gimmicks in. Don't have motion controls.
In before it's a mobile phone that only responds to touching gyroscopic motion and amiibo input.
Yeah, in order to move your character in Mario, you have to flip your phone 6 feet in the air and patch it back in your
Throw an amiibo at it and he'll hit.
Oh God, no! But please, no more gimmicks. Just go away from the gimmicks. I know it's your thing, but you had a good period there, from like Super Nintendo
To GameCube.
To GameCube. Well, even the GameCube had a minor gimmick, but I'll even overlook that. The minor
that
gimmick
it's a cube?
That it was a portable cube. Yeah, that was...
That one didn't bother me.
That is a fine gimmick. Whatever, because that doesn't influence gameplay.
You mean
know?
fine in the ye oldie shoppy way.
Right. Just you had that nice chunk there where there was no Virtual Boy, there was no fucking Power Glove, there was just solid games.
Power Glove was for the NES.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Virtual Boy came out after the SNES, if I remember correctly.
It did. It came out after Super Nintendo. I think it came out before.
After N64, was it?
No, it wasn't after N64.
It was somewhere in like the mid to late 90s.
It could have been after the Super Nintendo. But I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure that was before the
It wasn't
Super Nintendo.
before the Super Nintendo, no. The Super Nintendo came out in like 1992.
Okay, yeah, it was after. Okay, well then N64 to GameCube. You had that period where it was like, you know, we just want to make consoles where people can play things. Go back to that. That was pretty good.
You know, everybody can do the impossible every now and then, like Microsoft. They made backward compatibility for the Xbox One. But 20 titles, though, so...
That's a good point, yeah.
At the end of the year, they said there could be 100. We don't know which titles. They could all be games you'll never play.
I hope so.
Does it really count to you if they have backward compatibility if it doesn't encompass the majority of games? Because for me, it seems like a big cop-out then.
Backwards compatibility to me, I know people are getting really hyped about it. It's like... Why would I buy an Xbox One so I could play... Like, if I'm the... Okay, imagine me, an Xbox 360 owner, love the Xbox 360, totally have, like, loads of games, love playing those games are great, I had a great time with 360 over the 10-year period that the fucking console was around. And I'm still on the fence. Do I want to get an Xbox One? Well, hey, here's a new hype thing. You can play all your Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One for $400 more.
Yeah, and you know what that means? Now you can trade in your 360 at GameStop and get some credit off it and have the newest console and be proud that you have the console and still play your old games.
I guess, but
I really like that mindset, actually, yeah.
I think it's fine.
I'm still not sold on that selling consoles, really, because...
Well, it won't be for everybody. Like you just said, there's plenty of people who don't care at all about that, and they just want to play whatever the newest thing is. I look at games archivally. I bought a PlayStation 3, the original launch model, specifically because it had backward compatibility for all PS3 or PS2 and 1 games.
Well, yeah, I would like that. That's the thing, is like...
And then they took it out.
Well, that's the thing about the backwards compatibility, is it should have just... If you were going to make that as a feature... then it should have been on launch. That's just my... Like, that would be a cool thing if they were announcing the Xbox One at this year's E3 and they said, hey, we have backwards compatibility. But they weren't doing that. The console's been around for like 2 years. So, I mean, it just should have been there already.
It didn't happen at launch, and it's like 0.001% of the games that are available.
Right, yeah, that is.
So that's not really a big announcement, and in fact, they should have waited until there was actually something to announce to really do that.
That's probably because they just didn't have much to show. That said, though, they held back a couple of titles. They held back Crackdown and like 2 other things that they are probably going to show at Gamescom, which is weird again because it just makes them look bad at E3. Compared
and they
to
showed
Sony.
Really dark Gears of War footage that's over a year and a half away from being anything.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Does that get you hyped?
I never played Gears,
Did
but I could understand.
Show Metal Gear Solid, the new one?
No,
I don't think so, right? It wasn't anywhere.
That's something they'll probably show at Gamescom. A couple of the big companies are holding stuff back for Gamescom, which is weird.
Like, that new Metal Gear looks like really impressive, and I'm surprised nobody wanted to use that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, totally. If Todd Howard was like, he was like a hooker. He was on every conference.
Yeah.
Everything he came up on stage is like, hey, we got... Actually, no, you know what? Now that reminds me. That is actually really fucking cool about the Xbox One.
About Todd Howard?
That actually might sell consoles. Xbox One is going to allow for Fallout mod support for Fallout 4.
You think that'll sell consoles, but not backward compatibility?
Honestly, yeah. I mean...
You think there's more of a demographic ready to play mod games than to play any games backward compatibility?
There are people who don't want to get a gaming PC and they love Bethesda games because, I mean, the Bethesda games have only sold better and better every time that they've been shown, and it's pretty clear that they fucking developed up a goddamn storm on Fallout 4, and one of the things that console players have always been missing out on is mod support, because, you know, everybody knows it's just better to play those games on a PC. Yeah, I think some people might, you know, flock to that kind of idea. Having mod support on an Xbox One for Fallout 4, I mean, because not only does it say that, hey, it's possible and we're doing it, but it also says that, like, if there is going to be mod support for any game in the future, Xbox One is going to be the place for it to be, you know?
It says all of that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I mean, if
Don't you need, like, 2 instances of a thing to make a pattern out of it?
Well, I mean, but I'm just saying they have the infrastructure there already for mod support on their console. So, I mean, it means that games that could potentially be... I mean, imagine opening up the world of Minecraft modding on Xbox One.
I can't imagine that. Because it will crash everything every time you do it.
Well, probably, and I'm sure the Fallout 4 mods are going to do the same thing. I really have no idea how they're handling that. They must have some really comprehensive mod tools or something in the new Fallout 4, because...
Or they're just not prepared and it's going to crash a lot. And that's probably the reality.
Yeah, actually, you're probably right, especially considering Bethesda's history with that kind of stuff, but...
I'm not shitting on them either. I think it's great they're doing it. I've been a big proponent of modding for years. It's one of the things that got me involved in doing what I'm doing now. I just don't think that anybody cares so much on console that they'd go, oh my god, this is a reason to buy the system when I could have just played it on my PC.
Well, it would be a reason if you're a console player and you're still on the fence of getting a PS4 or an Xbox, and you, like, the main thing that you're hyped about, you don't want to get a gaming PC because you're running a Mac or you have an old computer, you don't want to spend all the money, but you want to play Fallout 4, and you want it to look good, and that's the game that you're hyped for, you would get an Xbox One to play it, not a PS4, right?
I guess.
Like, if that's the main thing that you're hyped about, and there's a lot of people that's the main thing that they're hyped
I don't
about.
think I can put myself in that position.
Yeah. I see the mindset. But, I mean, yeah, I could be over exaggerating how many people that could possibly be. But either way, I still think it's a pretty cool thing that they have mod support on the Xbox One for Fallout 4. I hope it works well. Maybe it'll bring people to PC.
There was a short period of time where I want to say there was some kind of support for something in, like, on PS2. When they got the ability to add the hard drive, I feel like there was some kind of mod support somewhere. Maybe it was Unreal.
Well, you could run, like, OS type stuff on PS2s and PS3s. My friend had a modded PS2, PS3.
I'm not talking about modding. Like, I'm talking official support.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
For some kind of mods for level downloads or for... I think it was, like, Xbox, original Xbox, the Unreal Championship games that came out on that might have had mutators or maps downloadable.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember what it is.
I think people might be hyped for it. I mean, especially... Fallout 4 looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
It looks like I'm going to spend a lot of time.
They hit all the bullets I needed to see to be not only excited, but to surpass my expectations of what I expected out of that.
And, you know, that's the important thing about that Bethesda show, was that they hit all the things that I expected and wanted, and then they gave me more things. Which...
They gave me so many things that I started to wonder if this is real at some point.
Yeah, seriously, right? Like, there was a couple moments where it was like, it can't. Like, they can't, right? I mean, there's no way.
Well, the whole building your own base thing starts to make me wonder how are they going to modulate for poly count on... Not modulate, but keep track of poly count so you don't start killing the frame rate.
It seems like it's very restrictive, and I think that's how they do it, because there's only certain zones where you can set up a base area, and then within those zones there are certain plots where you can
was there a
put stuff on
thermometer,
there.
like in Little Big Planet, that keeps track of...
It didn't say, it didn't show anything like that, but they might just not have that. I would imagine there are some inbound hard-coded limitations, though. Like, I'm sure you can't build a tower all the way to the top of the skybox or something, you know?
Yes, I am positive there's going to be lots of limitations. I just wanted to see how they would even do it within a reasonable scope, because that's why they don't let you do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily because they can't, it's because they don't want you to make the game run like shit.
Right.
Or crash it, or, any number of shit like that. Or use it to exploit the game to get stuff out of it.
Yeah. Well, actually, Bethesda's never really cared too much about people exploiting the game mechanics to...
Which I appreciate.
Me too, yeah. They seem to be firmly on the side of, like, oh, you figured out you can do that? Go for it. Yeah, that's sure.
Yeah, if I was a developer, I would absolutely take the stance of just however you have fun with my game, have fun with it, and just be proud that you figured out a way to have fun with it. That's it.
I both like and dislike the fact that picking up my hoarding of useless shit is rewarded in Fallout 4. because I like it because it's like, all right, that's great. I already do that. So, I mean, now it's better. But then I also dislike it because it's like, all right, you're an enabler. Bethesda is what you are.
Okay, I have a level worse than you because I see what you just said, and I'm going to go even one step further and say I'm kind of sad that it means I can't hoard my objects now. I liked seeing a large number of meaningless objects in my locker, and now I'm going to actually have to use them for things.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not meaningless anymore now, so...
I just like cleaning out every area so there was nothing I could pick up anymore.
Yeah, I did a lot of that kind of stuff, too.
And then slowly dragging it back to my base because I couldn't fast travel because it was so heavy. Oh, the things we do to ourselves. Maybe we can ride the dog.
I actually hope that there's some sort of a mount or vehicle in Fallout 4, though, because one of the things that I didn't like about Fallout 3...
jetpacks. We already saw that.
Oh, that's true. I guess you do have the jetpack that you can move around with, but I would imagine that's like a short-range, thing.
Yeah, probably. Wasn't there a helicopter, too?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the helicopter. They have vehicles! What am I talking about? It's just like...
I said, they showed too much.
They showed so much stuff that it was just like,
I think you said at one point, like, you would suck Todd Howard's dick.
I
feel like you said that.
I don't remember saying that, but I can say it again if you want, because I will.
There you go.
I don't know, man. Like, that game, it was just like... it's like what you said. They showed all the things that I wanted, and then they showed me more things. And it was like, I can't be more hyped for a game.
All they could really do to screw it up is have the game be, like, totally broken.
Yeah.
Right? Which is a possibility. They've had engine troubles a lot.
Well, all Bethesda games are kind of fundamentally broken in a lot of ways. But that's part of the fun and the
sometimes.
Charm. Yeah.
Unless it deletes your save, that's not fun.
Well, that's not good, but I don't think they've ever had too many issues with that.
Fallout 3, I think, had an issue like that, if I remember.
Did they really? Okay. I don't remember having issues with that, but yeah.
I also appreciate that they haven't already announced a season pass and 8 things of DLC. Not like I won't buy them, but like I'm glad we're not focusing on that yet.
Yeah. Well, they came to the show with a bunch of shit to show off. Yeah. And they do it right. That's something too that I think other game companies should take away from that E3 and how Bethesda rocked the fucking house with that game was they didn't show like some alpha footage of a game that might come out in the next 2 or 3 years. They said nothing about Fallout 4 until a week before E3. They showed it at E3 with all of the fucking bells and whistles and were like, "Hey, it's coming out in 5 months. Have fun."
That's actually the way the industry kind of used to work until we got onto this protracted development cycle shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a blast from the past in a good way, and I hope we continue that more.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, it's like, Todd Howard is old school in that way, so there is that aspect of it. He is like, he's crazy too, because like, you only see Todd Howard when they're announcing their game, which is like once every 4 or 5 years. And then he's all over the place, but then he just like goes back into the shadows and makes another fucking awesome game.
I want to see an animation of him, like, lifting his cloak over his face, so, like, he vanishes back into the wall.
I've done my work for the game industry.
Is it more of, like, a cloak lift, or, like, he throws a thing at the ground in a puff of smoke and then he's just vanished?
Yeah, I think it could be that.
Maybe both.
Or like, he, like, pulls a boulder over a cave and then goes back into his slumber.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Todd Howard is basically my messiah, so...
There you go.
I'm monumentally pumped for that game.
Sorry, guys, I was busy blowing Todd Howard. What are you talking about?
We've been talking about Fallout 4 and how awesome.
Oh, I love that game. You guys
Yeah.
know Todd Howard's making that.
I thought you just left.
Yeah,
No,
I
sorry.
didn't hear you say anything.
I've
for a
been
while.
sucking a dick.
All right. Well, I
How
would have
was
heard
that?
some kind of squishing sounds, maybe.
No, that's why I muted my mic. I
Oh.
was being cordial.
Yeah, that's fair. Did you watch the Bethesda show, Bear?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I only saw the big two, and then I was on a plane for most of the other stuff.
Oh God, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You should actually go back and watch the Fallout 4 stuff.
Well, if you care about Fallout, I don't know if you do.
I do care about Fallout. I'm not a big Fallout guy, but I like it.
Even if you don't care about Fallout, people should watch it because it's probably a game that, I mean, honestly, it's probably a game that'll have more mass appeal than something like Skyrim, too, which
If
is
only
amazing.
for the buzz effect, honestly.
Well, I mean,
There's
it's-
nothing groundbreaking about the premise that wasn't already broached 5 years ago.
Oh
Right?
yeah,
It's the
no,
same
yeah.
premise again. It's just now it's more accessible because more people are listening.
Right. I mean, and Skyrim sold a fuckload of copies.
You
And
needed Fallout
still-
3 in New Vegas to go, hey, this is a property people like and respect, and now you get
Yeah.
in on the ground floor again.
Mm-hmm. And it just honestly, in this industry, it's easier to sell guns and gore and post-apocalyptic worlds. So, I mean, considering how successful Skyrim was, I can only imagine that Fallout 4 is going to be more successful. Also, considering, I mean, the game just looks like a better game as well. So,
The structure of it is a lot more playable, in my opinion, but that's just me.
yeah.
I feel like there's more to do and more to discover that feels personalized to you, rather than in Skyrim, you kind of feel like just an avatar walking around a big empty place
In
a lot of the
world,
time.
Yeah.
Not empty, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not really in your face as much that there's stuff that you're uncovering that's really relevant. Now I'm just digging myself a hole.
Well,
it.
you know, there's not a lot of like lore to take back, like
No,
dig
that-
into in
I was-
Fallout, and that's what's cool. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, and no, that's probably a mistake too.
I mean, no, I really, I mean, you know, they've retooled Fallout to be Bethesda's Fallout since Fallout 3, right? So I mean, you know, they're kind of the lore isn't the most vital aspect of it. Not saying that Skyrim is necessarily, but in Fallout, you know, it is really sort of your own adventure and your decisions with some characters who you've never heard of or not really part of anything that is, you know, that has been going on for thousands of years or anything like that. It's just, you know, your character walking around. Although people were, to that point, people were had mixed feelings on the player character having a voice,
Right.
which
Yeah,
I
it
personally
didn't bother
like.
me that much.
Yeah, I like it. I'm standing on the like it side, but there are people who are very negative about it, and I understand why too.
My big gripe was, do I have to have a dog? Because now I felt like I was back in the world of Fable 2 again. I'm like, I don't want the dog. I might want the dog, but I want the choice to have the dog.
No, that was the thing. When you go up to the dog, they had 4 dialogue options, and one of them's like, "Oh, come here, boy," and the other one's like, "You're a mutt.
Okay.
Get out of here." So like you probably don't. You're probably not forced into the dog.
Well, I know how they work generally, and there's very rarely an NPC you can't just straight up murder.
Yeah,
I don't want to murder the dog. I just don't want it necessarily following me around.
right. That's fair. I do, but
Maybe I'll just walk around it.
yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, you never have to commit to the dialogue with the dog.
Right? I'll just walk around it. That'll
Yeah,
be the
just-
answer.
Just walk away from the dog. I mean, even if you do have to have a dog, which I'm gonna still say that I doubt it, but even if you do have to have the dog, I'm sure there'll be some sort of mod that'll be like, hey, no fucking dog.
Right. Yeah, if it is modding, then of course you're right. That is a thing.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want to worry about it getting killed in the middle of a firefight. I hate that. I hate having an animal be responsible, or me being responsible for an animal in a situation that's totally out of my control.
Yeah. Well, I think it seems like the way that they've marketed it, it seems like that dog is kind of like, you know, one of the main things that you can hang
Yeah.
around with. So I would doubt that they're gonna make it killable.
That's totally at odds with their design ethos, though.
Well, they sort of. I mean, even the companions in Skyrim don't necessarily die all the time when they get their hit points down to 0, you know? Like, they could just
Yeah?
fatigue the dog and make him fall down, and then you could go back and
Oh,
rest
so
him or
it's
something.
Pokemon now.
Sort of, yeah.
I thought one of the companions, like Fox, the mutant guy, like I thought I just blew his head off one time and he was just dead.
No, I mean in Skyrim. The companions in Skyrim.
I was talking about Fallout 3.
Yeah, no. In Fallout 3, they're fucking. You just kill them, like they die super.
Right, but I think they would follow that ethos before they would follow Skyrim's ethos, wouldn't they?
Maybe, but I see the thing is with the reason that I say is like the marketing with the dog is like the main game's cover art kind of stuff is the dude looking over the wasteland with the dog next to him. So
I'm aware.
So like I would doubt that they would make the dog something that's killable in combat like completely, where it's just like permadeath, it's gone. No
and
more
this
dog.
is why I was asking if you have to have the dog, because they're making it such a central feature of the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I'm like I said. I mean, it could be. I'm still gonna say I doubt it, especially since what they showed of those dialogue options, where one of them was "You're a mutt."
Yeah, but
Like,
they could
get
just
outta
do
here.
that thing where like he loops back around to another way of getting back with you, like 5 seconds later.
Yeah, could be.
I mean,
It's
if they
possible.
scripted a bunch of stuff that requires the dog later in the game, you can't just even have a no dog mod.
Yeah, I would doubt that highly as well, though, that they would do something like that where they made him like instrumental to the plot.
Yeah?
I say I doubt it.
What
but
if there's doggy
it's
digging
possible.
points all over the world, and if you don't have your doggy digger, you can't get to the quest item that you need?
That would be pretty cool, actually.
No, see, that's the wrong attitude to have. You should be able to go buy a shovel or find a shovel and dig it up your damn self.
No, I mean I agree with you on that point. Yeah, for sure.
And if you need him to climb under a fence, you should be able to break that fence.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. But
It's just
yeah.
indicative of like a group of systemic gameplay structure things that seems at odds with Bethesda's ethos. So that's why, like, this group of questions I'm asking actually tells me so much more about the game than about whether or not I get to keep the dog.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Well, I guess we'll just have to see. I don't know if they're going to show more
yeah.
before the game.
It's not
comes
like
out.
I'm not going to buy it either way. So
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
there's also that.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I guess that was our like E3 wrap up of E3, and how disappointed we were with
Ratchet and Clank remake, super hyped for that. Uncharted, super hyped for that.
Yeah.
New Ratchet and Clank, excited for that as well. Less hyped than the remake, honestly.
Yeah, and then the new Assassin's Creed game. I mean,
Gears of War remake, I'm actually okay with that idea.
yeah.
Built from the ground up.
Not
It'll
with
be on
Cliffy
PC.
B, though. No Cliffy B.
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter that much, does it?
It might.
Is he's not just kind of a pompous ass that, I don't know.
I mean, yes, but also he was the creative director, and
I think they get the gist. Chainsaws, bros, fist bumps, bandanas, backward hats. We get the idea. They can make a Gears of War game without him.
yeah, that's possible. I don't know. I never was into the series, so I have no place to.
I wonder when he left. If it was after 2, that would explain a lot, actually.
No, he only left like a couple years ago.
Well,
This is
the last one was Judgment, right? And that one was not very well critically received. I have 3, but I never played more than an hour into it, so I don't know how good it was, but I wasn't impressed by the beginning. But I played 1 and 2 all the way through.
Yeah.
They're good bro shooters. They're good if you have a friend, you just turn off your mind for a while and shoot at alien things.
Yeah, I'm with it. But yeah.
They're pretty, too, sometimes.
Anyway, Magic. Mondays and Fridays and all that.
Yeah, sometimes. All right.
Maybe new Magic soon.
Yeah, maybe.
Whenever that comes out and the person gets back to us. So, yeah.
Bear says
Thanks for
bye. Bye.
Yeah, alright, bye everybody.